you don't deserve to just be left in the dark and not...
How are you going to determine what he deserves and what he doesn't deserve when the person you're going to be talking about right now thinks he doesn't deserve to know jack diddly squat?
It's time for love after lockup, baby.
Lacey Shane and John. Choose your friends wisely, because some of these people's mouths run faster than tap water. The fact that they still have John in this thing, and they still have the whoosh whoosh with John in this thing, and that they have clips of them being all lovey-dovey, even though I think she was still married to Shane. It's just messy. It's just messy. How many dudes you been dealing with, Lacey?
When Lacey's father told me about John being out of jail and Lacey not telling me, I'm not gonna lie, I'm still not over it.
Right.
I have really...
So now he's changing the locks, he's changing the code on their door, he's doing a whole bunch of stuff. And Lacey claims that it's only herself and Shane and the dad that know about know what those codes are and stuff like that. In the case, Shane wants to be sure because he knows. See, and this is the thing. When you're in a relationship and you have to act paranoid because you do not know what another person that your person was dealing with before is going to do, don't blame the other person most of the time. Blame the person you're with, because she's the one who will give him that opportunity to feel so free to just cruise on into you guys' house, come knocking on the door, be inside you guys' house, bedroom, tell you skirt skirt, Big Daddy's home, and you gone, and all the rest of it. So while she stands idly by like, So yeah, if you know that it could get to that point, if she had a different stance and a different attitude towards the guy, he would never, ever come close to you guys and your property, ever. And you wouldn't have to be changing locks and doing all that crap.
Bad temper, it's one thing to show up here. It's another thing to show up when my wife is pregnant with my child. And that's a big no-no, and I will bust that mother face off.
Well, don't do that. But yeah.
Let's see if I can get some more information.
But no. Anyway, so John is on his way to a common friend. I use that term very lightly because these days everybody who just knows somebody calls somebody a friend. They used to hang out or were in high school or whatever together way back when, so they know each other and they both know Lacey. And he's gonna go talk to this girl to get some more information about Lacey, why she's not answering him, and what happened that night that he actually went to prison. Who called the cops on him? He still wants to know. This is the stuff that's keeping him up at night.
The reason why I called you out here was to, I'm trying to figure out what happened that night. Like, Lacey, did she call the cops on me on purpose? Did she set me up? Like,
honestly, I'm not sure.
Okay, this was a waste of time. Turn back and go, oh no, there's more.
Really, would it make a difference?
The
only reason I agreed to meet you is because we have history. We've known each other for quite some time.
The way he had to be like, it was almost like, not that kind of history. It's not like they used to date or anything. Although, in this show, you never know. A secret might come out here and there. You just never know what these people are up to. But anyway, history. Yeah, we've known each other for a long time. Oh, yeah, of course. We have been known each other. Yeah, that's right.
So I felt like, you don't deserve to just be left in the dark and not...
How are you going to determine what he deserves and what he doesn't deserve when the person you're going to be talking about right now thinks he doesn't deserve to know jack diddly squat? You see, friends like this with the mouth that just runs like okra. It's not worth it. Why would you go and tell something that's so private and so intimate to this guy? Maybe there's a reason Lacey doesn't want him to know. How do you know? You can't be a friend of somebody and then the thing that they themselves have not disclosed to somebody else, you run off and go disclose it because you think stuff is not fair. That's definitely not for you to say. And actually then we can go back to Lacey's dad, who actually said to Shane that John is out when Lacey didn't want him to say that. Although that one was a little bit different because I don't know if it's different. Well, in a little bit, because if Shane just happened to come across John, he would think he'd seen a ghost. But at the same time, I think there should be ways to, motivate the other person to tell the truth or to just say what they need to say and let it be done instead of you going behind the person to say it. That's what I would do. But anyway.
What the hell's going on?
What the hell's going on?
Lacey's pregnant.
Boom.
pregnant.
Why is that so surprising? They're married. She's young-ish. She's young. She's kind of young. She's like, what, 32, 30, 31? Yeah. What's so weird about her being pregnant? Like, you knew that was going to happen. You went to jail for like months and months and months, almost a year. She's married. Yeah.
She is.
With Shane?
Who would it be? Well, anyway, the fact that he's saying that, okay, it's unbelief, yes, but also at the same time, Lacey's been dealing with a lot of people, because I don't think any of these 3 children are John's. They're not Shane's. So she's been messing with John, Shane, some other person, or maybe 3 other people. I don't know. We don't know.
I do have to say, John, I always rooted for you. And
Why? Why did you always root for him? He was no good. If we're gonna believe what Lacey's dad is saying, he has never been any good. He's never been of any good influence. He's just always been bad news. You know that he's no good. He's always been no good. So why were you rooting for them? You know, sometimes it looks good. You know, sometimes it just looks good. When you see certain people together, it looks good. But that doesn't mean jack.
the worst part is that it was like, damn, man, I really thought that you were going to be the one, you know, that made it work for her. And
the one that made it work for her. Just think about that sentence. That doesn't make sense. I thought you guys were gonna be the most compatible. Makes sense, because that means you're both bringing something to the table and making something amazing out of it. You were going to make it work for her. Does Lacey have some issues that she needs a man to you know, make her life work for her? We're gonna find out a bunch of stuff about these people. I'm telling you.
How it got all twisted.
I feel bad that I had to tell him, because
You don't feel bad. You drove all the way to this secret location in the middle of nowhere in the woods to blab your mouth off, and now you're talking about I felt the. You had to drive miles and miles to get to this place. I am sure of it. So, no, we don't buy it. You just wanted him to know.
I kind of crushed him, but he needs to hear it. He needs to know. I'm hoping this is what makes him end things with Lacey, for real.
I mean, for real. That would be the only good motivation, because he needs to stop chasing this woman so that she can live her life. Whether you were rooting for them too or not, she's married now to another guy, and she needs to stay faithful, because these children are looking at everything going on. This dude's here, that dude's here. It's confusing as heck. So yeah.
You know, if you ever want or need anything, just call me.
And I'll be your little spy.
Appreciate it. Thank you. When I first met Lacey.
Eh? Who is that? Ashley Tinsdale looking girl. Is that supposed to be Lacey? Hey, yeah. This plastic surgery is also something, oh? Allegedly, possibly, don't sue me, okay?
Got the butterflies in my stomach every time I was here. Like, Lacey was that love, that soulmate, that connection. Somebody that
Yeah, this is more like former Lacey. She looks cute. Why did she? Anyway.
tell anything to. You know, Lacey did get pregnant with me a long time ago. And it didn't happen. She ended up
Getting a what?
having a miscarriage.
Oh, that's really sad. And maybe, well, what was the reason why she was having difficulty having Shane's baby, actually? You know, if too much stuff goes on over there, sometimes it can be really hard for women to get pregnant again. Or she tied the tubes. I don't know. Something happened.
And then she thought that Marlo was my son. But hearing about
That's a no. So they were kind of dealing, and then with each other, and then there was another guy, and then they were dealing. You guys, please don't live this kind of messy life. It is too much. There's too much explaining you're gonna have to do to all these kids, and then this one is old enough to understand. Then you tell them the story of what happened, and then the next one is old enough to understand. Then you have to tell them the story, and every time the kids walk away from the story, they look at you like, "Mom, your life's been kind of messy." You know, it's just not a good example, and it's also not good for yourself. The story is never straight. It's just all over the place. Pick your mate wisely and think about it before you do.
being pregnant now, it's tough getting your heart broken like this. So, you know.
Your heart should have already been broken, been mended, healed, whole, and you should have moved on. But you keep trying to attach yourself to to this woman who likes to keep breaking your heart. So your heart will keep getting breaking till it's all in itty bitty pieces. And some poor soul is going to have to come back into your life, come into your life and put everything together. And that's going to be some poor woman who's going to have to do that and be like a mommy figure to you. Ridiculous.
But I still need to know what happened that night.
No, you don't. Well, maybe it does. Maybe it does, but yeah, this whole thing is just a mess.
See, what I'm doing.
No, you are. Maybe they just need to talk and she needs to tell him what happened and be like, look, she's pregnant with this other guy's child and now it's done for good and she doesn't really want to see him anymore. And then he can move on, because at this point, this is becoming tired. In any case, if you're not already part of the family, make sure you hit bump stomp and zone to the subscribe button. Comment because I really want to know what you think. Like because you obviously like this video and hit the notification bell. Watch it. I'll see you in the next video, which will be tomorrow. Daily videos up here. In the meantime, make time for glorious life. It's time to start what? Living it right. God bless.